What is going on, everybody? It is Craig, and I'm actually just randomly decided to take a break from grading. Friday is an off day, but this time of year it means it's a sit on your ass and have to grade a couple hundred papers a day. Well, we started. Truthfully, it'll be today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then Monday. But I decided to do a video. This isn't a, well, technically there is a mystery box in here, but it's one that we know what's in it previously. But, figure show off a few things I got in, including something from Mintych. Mintych, when they did their big Black Friday sales, they also did one of the thing they've been doing, the backward sale, and they did it sort of on steroids. And I picked up something from there, and I really don't know why, because I have this person's order a lot, but it was just such a cool niche thing. I decided to grab it, and for the price, well, yeah, why the hell not? Like, I think I got 30 to 40% off. I forget which it was, because, I kept looking at it, and no one touched it. There was something I got snagged that I was going to get to quickly, but I did pick this up. And I think the reason I did is because I like to have figures of certain characters. And I did have a figure of this character, but I had one of the pricey figures. And I had to do, life happened, so I had to do some sales this past year, and everything's all back and stabilized. Otherwise, they wouldn't be opening mystery boxes, right? So I got this, which is the cheaper version. Like, I had the Soda Toys version of this figure, of this character, I should say, not this exact figure. And this is just the new Mego. But I'm sure me saying that, you know what it is. But I just think it is such an odd thing. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he was trying out paint pens. And the white one is slightly smudged, but that's okay. But he's trying out paint pens and sort of adding add-ons. So we have Jonathan Breck, Creeper Mego figure, quad signed. So that's going to look cool on the wall, hang up. It's a nice little piece. It's a little bit different. So why the hell not? And again, I think shipped it was about 40. Was somewhere thereabout. So I can't complain about that because the figure itself is like 20. So, 4 signatures of the guy, so that's neat. Something different. I like oddities. Along the lines of selling, some of you do know that I did sadly purge myself from my comic collection with a few stragglers here and there, but no major things left over. But there was a piece that I regretted selling, and you can't find it. I had to grade it in 9.8. I couldn't find the 9.8, but I was able to find a signed non-graded version, or a signed a graded but not numbered version, so to speak, of this. And it is, truthfully, one of my favorite, I'm going to say one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite villains, but definitely one of my favorite new villains. We could go back throughout, comic history and, pick out some of the big boys. But, this is a guy who's relatively new, but I just think he's badass. Plus, he was created by somebody I'm a very big fan of, who I admittedly have a few of his autographs already, but I had to grab it again. So this is CBCS, Beckett certified. It's not graded. I didn't really look at it. There's no curb breaking spine ticks or anything like that. So it's definitely a decent version, but I didn't get it for that reason. This is a Green Arrow number 12, signed by Kevin Smith. And does it say on the back? The key significance? It doesn't. I guess they were just doing this for the signature. The key significance of this is the first appearance of the villain Onomatopoeia. And I do just want to say quickly, like, Onomatopoeia, if you don't know comics and you only watch Lois and Clark, well, that is not Onomatopoeia. The one Onomatopoeia is male. The character on Lois and Clark was female. That's not an issue. To me, if it was done well, that could be fine. But essentially, the character on Lois and Clark was like Silver Banshee of sorts. Onomatopoeia is a serial killer who kills mass vigilantes, and when he's in his costume, you don't hear him talk. He only makes noises. In fact, there was one scene where he was in the Batcave. He even tricked Batman, and he sliced this woman's throat in the Batcave. I forget who she was. I forget the name off the top of my head. But like, you just hear these. You see the comic panel slice, and then Batman turns around, and the woman's throat is slit. Onomatopoeia, badass. It's a serial killer villain, but I would love to get his first cover appearance, which is number 13. in a graded version just for my display purposes. The problem is it's not really a pricey book, so people don't grade it. I did have it. That was one of the ones I sold, unfortunately. I sold, I tell you, I sold a lot, like a 5-figure lot of comics. I had to do it. Life happens sometimes. But that is very cool. And the last thing, this is an actual mystery box, but it was one that was already sort of out there. And he was selling ones he had extras of for Black Friday at a pretty substantial discount. And this is the Boo Box. And so I picked up one of the older Boo Boxes, as well as picking up a pin from my favorite Wes Craven movie. Is it my favorite Wes? Aside from Nightmare on Elm Street, one of my top 2 favorite Wes Craven movies. How about we say that? Because I am a mark for Freddy. But, so here's what we got in this. There's all sorts of goodies. But the pin I got is, and I'm not going to open it up right now, but this is Kirsty Swanson in Deadly Friend. And it is Fripp's Open. And when Fripp's Open, the robots behind her. I actually might even have bought this before. I don't know if I did from him way back in the day. If he had available, I did. If he didn't, I didn't. But just, I forgot. I don't buy pins too much anymore because space and display ability, but got to get that refund. And the big autograph that was in this box is definitely not one of, like, oh, yay. But it is kind of cool to me because I do dig the stuff he does, you know, with the Major Pod Network. I dug him when he was a wrestler. You know, he has his own, his interviews. I think he called them Short Talk with Dylan Postel, who is also known as Hornswoggle. And the thing I really appreciate this, I had to get it because it's Leprechaun related. Even, you know, I have Warwick Davis. I have this one. I'd love to get the guy who played in the new Leprechaun movie. The new Leprechaun movie I enjoyed. This was horrendous. The best part about that, though, is Dylan Postel. Go to his channel. He does a whole interview where he pretty much says the same thing. He was so excited to hear he got a chance to, like, be the Leprechaun in, like, a remake. And then they got there and he talked about trying on these apparatuses and the costume he was wearing. I'm like, wait, it's Leprechaun, isn't it? I'm not talking either. Wait, what? So it's very funny. So I'm glad to have in the collection. Again, half off the box was, so I really couldn't pass with that. As far as, I don't know, I think maybe it was just the order. No, there's a couple other little things in here too. I don't want to miss out from giving him his credit, you know. Eric does a good job. Let's see. Got some candy in here. Give the big guys some candy right now. I ain't gonna lie, I am gonna eat the Skittles, so I'm gonna stay away from everything else. That's you know, always nice. I know there's a lot of companies that do that. Is this a pin? Maybe I get another pin. Yes, this is actually something I am very excited about. I thought this was pretty neat. I think this is only my second pin from my Thanksgiving. The other one came in one of those little box of horrors, which that guy killed it back in the day too. I don't think he does them anymore. But that's such a cool little pin, isn't it? Well, actually, a cool big pin. And not only is it double backed, triple backed. Which, if you make pins, if you're putting pins in boxes, they don't have to be triple backed. But at the very least, they should be double. Because if they're not, let's see, don't forget the candy shop objects. Oh, there's a bonus pin potentially with the candy. I'll check. And there's a sand patch that might be in with the candy. So let me take a look. Use my fancy knife. I love this knife. I really do. Okay, let's see. We got the fangs. I like those. I'm not going to put them in. Probably not. We'll see. Candy. Okay, here's the pin. I'll take it. Cute little evil bunny with a spoon. When I see this, because of the red eyes and because of my age, you might know what I'm going to reference. Any of you remember Bunnicula when you were younger? The vampire bunny? That was a fun story to read. Okay, and the rest is just candy. The sand patch, I think, is mixed in with the paper somewhere. I'll have to dig around and find it. But, I don't know, man. Thanks for checking out my video. I do have a couple others coming. I did get a few other things via that Black Friday. I am still waiting on 2 mystery boxes. That one was waiting for Top Roaders to come in from Mintych, which I can't wait to see what that's about. And the other from Zobi was shipped the other day. So, I get a chance to get in the video vibe again. And towards the end of the month, I am going to do my traditional, I shouldn't say traditional because I didn't do it this year last year, but I am going to do my top 10 movies I watched of the year in totality. and then probably my top 5 of 2023. You know, because I saw a decent amount from 2023, but I wound up watching lots of movies from, you know, days gone by. But anyway, folks, thanks for checking out my channel. Sub, all that good stuff. Share if you like it. If you don't like it, tell me why not. I'll probably get mad at you. That's okay. Have a good one. Peace.